We're just gonna go right into it. The real gang stalking. Now, me and this content creator, Tragic Magic, we kind of go back and forth. Uh, who's behind gang stalking? Okay, he swears it's an investigation, and I kind of argue with him because the way that these fakes come on, they talk about FBI, COINTELPRO. Not to say that none of this stuff is true, right? Hold on, let me turn down this music a little bit. Not to say that none of this stuff is true, not to say that gang stalking isn't ran by the government, okay? Whether it's the military, the Fusion Center, the NSA, the CIA, Department of Homeland Security, Patriot Act. We all know that's true. We all know that there are watch lists, that TIs are put on watch lists, that there's informant networks of gang stalkers. These are just informants. These are just role players or informants. And I never stayed away from that. I've never stayed away from that. Now, there's sometimes I go into theories and things like that, but there's also a fakeness of talking about FBI, COINTELPRO, gang stalking. Everyone headlight is a fucking agent. Everyone in a red shirt is an informant. Everyone's an informant basically. Okay. I'm gonna give you the downright dirty on this live stream of who's doing this. I'm gonna start talking like this from now on when it comes to like kind of taking the gang stalking topic serious. It is a serious topic. I do comedic videos and things. It's a serious topic. Okay. But the people online, and this is why I give resistance to people like Tragic Magic. When you're saying and King Mansa is just people that fucking point their video camera. They go out in public, they point their camera, they say FBI, and they ask for donations. That's what I'm arguing against. But overall, this does seem like a government based law enforcement psychological program. Okay. Like that's a fact. Now there's things I add to it, which because mine goes back so long, there's like a Truman Show hidden camera type of aspect or audio recorded through your cell phone and then people doing things that they heard from your hacked cell phone in real life in public as street theater skits. Either way you want to look at it, the level of privacy is invaded. Like that is the level of privacy that's invaded. You're doing something in your house and however they find out, they find out. And then the same day or the next day, they're going to act it out in a street theater or they're going to hire an informant to do what happened in your house. I've tested this. Other people have spoken about this. Okay. That's where I go beyond the police. I'm like, is it really just city police that are writing tickets and cleaning up car accidents and arresting drunk drivers? Or is it something else? And I'm going to explain it to you. Okay. Because everything's starting to come together because everything that it always ties back to law enforcement. It always does tie back to the police. Like the only evidence of who's doing this you're going to find is the fucking police. Now, in the beginning, you get harassed by the fire department, the EMT services, okay? And we're gonna pretty much, I'm gonna break it down right now. How you know gang stalking is ran by the police, okay? First of all, and we're not saying local regular police you see out on the street, okay? Because we don't want TIs confronting cops that are innocent, that don't know nothing, and just getting fucking shot up by a cop, okay? That's what we're trying to avoid. That's why we don't talk about it much on the channel and we focus on other topics because it's not anything you can really win, okay? Because you're going against an army of people when it comes to gang stalking. So who are the gang stalkers? And I've been saying this. Sheriff's Association, friends and family, okay, people that are associated with police. They have family members in the police. They're part of, but it goes deeper than that. It's not just, oh, I know a cop. There's plenty of people, okay, that their brother is a cop, their mom, dad is a cop, and it has nothing to do with gang. They don't, they're not gang stalking people. So it goes beyond it. These people are, it's basically a shadow government within the police, okay? So I think a lot of police don't know about it to be honest with you. Like new police coming into the force aren't going to automatically learn about gang stalking and psychological warfare. And if they do, it's something else. So we're going to go over it. First and foremost, if you were the police and you had a program of following people, right? What would you name it to throw off the trail of that it's the police doing it? Would you name it police stalking, or would you name it gang stalking? What's the opposite of police? The opposite of police is a gang. Okay. So when people hear TIs talk like this, basically you're labeled as a fucking like a terrorist or something. Like you're like the legal definition of one, okay, that allows the police to engage in harassment if need be, if they're given orders. I think these police that are involved in this are given orders, but it's definitely the police. Okay. Um this is how it works, okay? And I'm gonna explain it to you so you understand. So the day-by-day cops, these are regular police officers. These are people writing tickets, the city cops writing tickets, out on the street responding to calls, okay? They're not gang stalking. Then you have detectives, right? You have detectives. These people get a case, they investigate the case, they specialize in closing cases and investigating and talking to witnesses. They're not gang stalking you, okay? But what the public understands from police is like, oh yeah, there's cops, there's detectives, there's a chief, and then there's people, doing desk work. But this is the problem. This is where it becomes a problem. This is where you see a lot of police officers get arrested and things like that. That there's an over hiring of police, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. Because America is probably the number one police state. Okay. Because, you know, we have the most crime. And I think that goes hand in hand. So when you start overcrowding police, where it's like, yeah, my cousin wants to put police. Oh, that's my daughter. She wants to be a cop, and this person wants to be a cop, and that person wants to be a cop. Hey, and these are pigs. Okay, there's a difference between a fucking real police officer, a human being doing a job with dignity and respect, and a fucking pig. A pig is not a cop. If you're a cop, you're not a pig. Ashley Gaff is a fucking pig. These are people whose family members were cops, and like instead of going to college, starting a business, they're like, I'm gonna be a cop, I'm gonna be a cop, I'm gonna be a cop, I'm gonna be a cop. They're pigs. Like they're born like since they're like, I'm gonna be a cop, I'm gonna be a cop, I'm gonna be a cop, I'm gonna be a cop. My dad's a cop, my mom's a cop. These are pigs. These are the people that are fucking gang stalking you. Okay, these are the dead weight in law enforcement, overhires, friends and family, little freak shows like Ash Gaff. Fucking, I want to be a pig. I want to be a cop. I want to be a cop. I want a gun. I want a badge. I want to be a cop. I want to be a cop. They're fucking brainwashed. Like, they're not real police. A real police officer is trying to make a difference. There's good cops. Like, a lot of the people that aren't gang stalking, that aren't corrupt cops, are actually good fucking people that are like, yo, I just want to fucking, like, I know about people that beat their wives. I know about people that rape women and rob people, and I hate those motherfuckers, and they make society worse, and someone has to take care of them. Like, yeah, well, no one's arguing now. These gang stalking pigs, they, instead of the criminals, like, yeah, there's police that watch criminals, right? As they should, like within the legal bounds, right? Because I know criminals in real life, bro. They're pieces of fucking shit. I fucking hate them. They're narcissists. They're capable of doing fucking anything. Okay. We're not talking about people stealing candy bars and selling weed. We're talking about lifelong career people. Like, dog, they're faggots. Like, they're the most untrustworthy fucking pieces of dirt ever. Like, they continuously commit crime. And that's who the police are like, all right, well, we know this guy's getting out of jail, but we know for a fact this fucker is gonna do something. So we're gonna keep an eye on him. That's not gang stalking, like, oh, he's a fucking four-time violent felon, gun charges, fucking beating women. Like, fuck this guy. And yeah, we know there's a constitution and those guys deserve rights, but those guys are getting more rights than real targets because these pigs, these ash gaffs, um like, they don't give a fuck about criminals. Okay, they give no fucks. Like, they kind of do, but they're using their power to fucking surveil normal people that are just regular citizens, that are maybe a little mouthy, they're maybe anti-government, and they're using it. Oh, they're on a list. They're not criminals, but they're not innocent, like the list of people that can't be targeted. So it's fair game, right? And these people start watching you, okay, as a Truman show. Like you're like their like, instead of it being an investigation, it's like it's within the law, it's within the legal stuff, but they're taking it overboard with the gang stalking. So they know that you're not a criminal. They know for a fact that you're not a violent felon and you're never going to be when you've been under investigation for a decade, 5 years, a decade. They know your patterns, they know your behavior, they know you're not going to ever snap, but they still have to fucking watch you and they still have to justify that you're some type of fucking weird person. So they fucking come online, they pretend to be targeted individuals. Like that's who I'm talking about. That's a difference between a normal police officer, fucking, ex-military veteran that maybe, oh well, I'm a veteran, now I'm gonna become a cop because that makes sense and hey, I'm doing something good. There's a like, dude, like I don't have any problems. You can tell by like looking at a lot of police officers. They're regular fucking people. Yeah, some of them might doing some unethical shit. We're not saying that's not true, but this is the people who's gang stalking. When you think of cops, you're thinking of that fucking white dude that's just trying to fucking he has a wife and kids and like he doesn't do drugs and he hates like fucking rapists and shit and he's just a regular fucking guy. Yeah, whatever. That guy's cool. That's not a gang stalker, dog. That guy, that police officer, I'm telling you, will never fucking even think about gang stalking. But there's people that work with him that are freaks, that are sexual deviants. These people fucking like they have a fetish like fucking AGAF. Like we're just gonna use her as example of like getting banged out by cops, dude. Like they're all like, you know how they have the gang bangs with the fucking the hood dudes? Like they have those with cops too. They all wear their uniforms and they all start like fucking dude, it's been on the media where this female police officer was getting like quadruple teamed by the whole squad, dude, and she got arrested and like they all got in trouble. Like, dude, these are freaks. Like these are like criminals with badges, basically. Okay. And it's not because all right, a regular corrupt cop is not what we're talking about. Like a corrupt cop sucks, but they're still gonna do their job, right? They're going to be corrupt, but they're still going to be making busts. Like these are people who go in, they're narcissistic personality disorder freaks, criminals that like from an early age, like I'm gonna be a cop, I'm gonna be a cop. I'm gonna no, you can't tell me I'm gonna be a cop. My uncle was a cop, my dad, I'm gonna be a fucking cop. Fuck you. I'm not gonna learn math. I'm not gonna go start a business. I'm gonna be a fucking cop. My dad's a cop, my mom's a cop. Whoa, 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 whoa. They gave me a great life. They're spoiled. They grow up in big ass fucking houses. They're spoiled and like not in the regular American way. Like let's say there's a spoiled rich. We're just gonna use the example just so you have an idea. It doesn't matter who it is, but like a spoiled rich white kid. Okay. That spoiled rich white kid, his parents actually worked fucking hard. Like they're a lawyer, a professor, and like they had to bust their ass to get to that fucking status. When you're a police officer, like yeah, you work, but you have a pension. That's why these people join law enforcement is for their pension. Oh, when I retire, I'm gonna be making 9 racks a month, man. Fuck yeah, straight up taxpayer dollars. That's what they're thinking about. So yeah, I mean, everyone gets a pension, but that's who these people are. This is like a party for them. To be in law enforcement is like a party culture. Okay. It has nothing to do with professionalism. Okay. There's a lot that are professional and they're not gang stalking. Okay. They go in, they do their job, and they fucking leave. But the fucking ones gang stalking you, this is who we're fucking figuring out. This is part of a secret satanic network within law enforcement. It's a cabal within law enforcement that's fucking um screwing with people, and I think they're actually going undercover. I'm being honest with you because the police, yeah, the police has problems. Okay, we're not acting like the police is perfect here, but they are arresting police officers, bro. They are going undercover and arresting fellow police officers because they know in the modern day and age with technology, like they can't get away with. They have to meet a quota of arresting each other. They have internal affairs. Trust me, dude. It's the police and I spoke to internal affairs and he was nothing but professional. He was concerned, and I told him about the gang, so I didn't call it gang stalking, and I didn't bring up a lot of stuff, but he was professional. He was concerned. There was nothing he could really do. So I was like, I don't want to waste your time, blah blah blah. But I just want to let you know, like, if you heard about this or what's going on, or you know what I'm saying, maybe so they have a fucking note on it. You know what I'm saying? But it does seem like that a lot of gang stalking is done by ex law enforcement. Okay, it does seem like law enforcement does take orders from the FBI. If a TI, like I've said this before, if you're online making threats, then you might see an increase like of law enforcement, and that's because the FBI. If yeah, let's say you're targeted and the government isn't directly doing it as their knowledge goes, but it is happening, right? And you're online making threats, then the FBI can't fucking tell the police to fucking, yeah, I mean, just follow you everywhere you go. Like, I get that aspect of it. Okay. But as far as what people say online is what I'm arguing. I'm not saying law enforcement isn't involved, but what people are saying is they're walking outside, they're turning on their phone camera, pointing at everybody with no proof, and saying that the police are sending thousands and thousands of people to their location, and it's just the city police on top of all their duties. It's not fucking possible, okay, for all these targets. Okay, now let's go over what the police do. And I saw an example of this kind of like, I was driving down the road, I saw like a drug addict dude riding a bike with like holes all over his shirt. Not me judging him, like literally dirty ass white dude, sunburnt, holes all in his shirt, riding a rusted up bike. Looked like he's like in this area, but purchasing drugs, going from one place to another, purchasing drugs. Like I could be a police officer, to be honest with you. Like I know more than these fucking pigs, like AGAF. Okay, like you're fucking pigs. You don't give a fuck about detective work and like intuition and fucking knowing a perp. All you care about is your fucking pension and fucking banging other cops, dude, and breaking the law and shit. Like fucking assholes, bro. Like you don't take the job seriously at all. But yeah, you could just tell by looking. Most police officers know this shit. Like just look at certain people and profile them. Basically, doesn't mean you're right, but the cops drove by him, right? But I was thinking in my head, if that kid was being quote unquote gang stalked by the police, this is what would be going on. So if that kid, all right, there's a kid, he's riding bikes, uh, he's a clear drug addict, he has holes everywhere, he's in the rich part of town, right? And there's burglaries all in that area reported, right? Stay with me. So he's a homeless dude riding bikes around. There's burglaries. So the police kind of shadow him like for a couple minutes, like kind of like, not directly stalk him, but keep an eye out, see what his movements are. If he's acting shady, does he start running when the police start like creeping up on him? Does he start running? Does he fucking look panicked? That's what the police would do. That's a real cop. That's unethical. Okay, we get it. That's not constitutional, but that's what police do in a quote unquote stalking sense, in a quote unquote gang stalking sense. So that's what they would do on an official capacity. I'm just trying to let you know, like, dude, the police aren't that hard to fucking figure out. Okay, and these people try to recruit me. That's how I know that they're part of this shit too. There's many AGAF has tried to recruit me. My first apartment, some guys like, hey, you should be a cop. We have fucking people making comments like calling me a cop. These fucking perps. They're like, you're a cop because I fucking uncover that they're perps and I don't let go because I hate liars because I'm really going through this and I've yet to ask for money. And you fucking undercover cop, perp, pieces of shit, fake stuff and ask for money. So yeah, fuck you guys. But so we're gonna go over who's doing the gang stalking within the law enforcement, okay? Because we're in a disinformation fucking age where we have people like Nappy Roots and shit, like fucking just complete lunatics, just no sense of urgency of being accurate in what you're presenting, just fucking not like unbiased whatsoever. Just like, oh yeah, Nappy Roots. Dude's like 50 years old, man. Grow the fuck up. Bro, dude was born in 1970 fucking 7, dude. Like, and I catch flack, and I'm surprised people don't call me a perp because I don't like nappy roots. I think he's a piece of stupid shit, dude. He caused more problems to get gang stalk and more gang stalking for fellow TIs than solved by the way he was acting, by yelling with a loudspeaker at random people and shit. Like, yeah, I sound like a fucking, oh yeah, I want to eradicate the homeless. Dude, if they're acting like that, I definitely want to eradicate them like that. Like nappy roots, like you shouldn't be eradicated because you fucking smell and you live in a van. You should be eradicated because you in my neighborhood with a loudspeaker, nigga. In my hood, I'm from the East Coast, nigga. We beat the shit out of niggas like that, dog. We don't play games out here with that. Nigga, we got our own policing out here, bro. Show up to my neighborhood with a loudspeaker. I'm a TI. Show it to my hood making a noise campaign. Screaming in a loudspeaker, you bitch ass nigga. Talking about noise campaigns and you have a loudspeaker. Nigga, hand out flyers, do something, some civil discourse. Like what I'm doing on this channel, articulate myself with a person that has a little bit of intelligence and speaking on the topic and not sound like a fucking retarded broken record black guy talking about demons and angels and stupid shit, right? So here's the deal, right? Like we're gonna break it down. What's going on, right? So the whole point of what I'm getting at, who's doing it within law enforcement. So we got the good cops, the good guys, right? City cops. Now we know some of them are probably corrupt. Who they're humans. But what have you done? What you probably cheated on your wife, beat your woman, like so. I don't want to hear shit about that. Like, obviously, if a cop fucking plants drugs and frames somebody, I'm against that. Like, but if a cop takes a bribe, you would take a bribe. Like, you can't judge a cop that takes a bribe because you would. Like, there's these people, oh, these fucking corrupt pigs. They're sitting there slapping their wife around, beating their kids, molesting their children, talking about some like fucking cops and shit, dude. So, and these people, and I'm not making any excuses because this is why I don't. If I don't like cops, it's because of this reason right here specifically. If the job is turning you to a bad person, like you started out like a little pep in your step, now you're seeing too much stuff on the force where it's like making your stomach churn, you become quit and do something else. This is my problem with police, is that they don't quit their fucking job when they need to, because this is where they become pigs. They're not pigs because they're police are. They're pigs because they're pension hogs. Pension. I don't care if I get shot 100 times by criminals. I want that pension. I want that pension. I want that 9K a month. That's when you become a fucking pig. It's like, all right, dude, it's not for you. Quit. You should have a backup. You shouldn't rely on one profession. Like, let's be adults here, dude. Don't grow up like AGAF. Like, I want a gun. My uncle's a fucking cop. I'm gonna be a cop too. He has a boat. My uncle has a boat. He goes fishing. He's awesome. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Because if AGAF was a real fucking cop, she wouldn't be on here pretending to be fucking a hippie living on a fucking bus. Like, what type of police work is that? What bus are you making fucking pretending to be a hippie on a bus, communicating with tarot card readers and fucking getting readings and cleanses, bro? Yo ass was married to a cop. Yo ass was living in a big ass fucking house. Yo ass was partying on boats, bitch. You ain't living on no fucking bus. Ain't no white woman with blonde hair, blue eyes that lived in a fucking mansion. The next second chooses to live on a fucking bus, dog. You are an informant. And this is for entertainment purposes and satire purposes only, okay? The whole channel and everything I say, except for the videography gang stalking evidence and the testimony. But everything outside the testimony is for entertainment purposes and satirical purposes only. But yeah, bitch, that's called police work. We're real police work. FBI work, bitch. I'm on your ass. One day you're chilling, you're married to a fucking cop. You're living in a fucking big ass house, $250,000 house, partying on boats, drinking champagne and shit. The next day, your ass flat on your ass sitting on a bus. And do you tell us the story? No, I was SA'd. Of course you were essayed. So was Abe, Officer Absent-Minded Abe. He was essayed. So was every fucking fake perp. It's to fucking make you seem like an asshole if you question their legend or their cover story, because their cover story is that they got essayed. So you seem like a fucking, you're inconsiderate when these people are doing the essaying of children. Like, you are part of the missing children. You are part of all this shit, dude. If you're a gang stalking perp, okay, hypothetically, we don't know that, but if you're a hardcore gang stalking harlot, but yeah, that's what I did. I did my perp test. I do a full fledged attack, blitzkrieg attack. It doesn't even have to be true what I'm saying. Like, I've established this. Nothing I say has to be true, but your reaction is going to confirm everything. What she did was reacted to it, and then she went back to her parasite cleanse. Fucking, like, these perps, when they get caught, they have like a response, like an automated response. They talk about like, oh well, I caught these people, okay. But anyways, but that's who these people are, the people gang. So we got to differentiate. We're going to call them the good cops, which is city cops, detectives, people doing desk work, people that aren't taking bribes, people that are stopping the real crimes, the sick shit that's happening in society that needs to be fucking addressed. Absolutely. Okay, these 911 phone calls, dead bodies, those are the good guys. These pension hogs, these auxiliary million people plus policing agents that come in like these A-gaps. Oh, my fucking uncle, he's awesome. He's a detective. He has a boat. That's all they care about. Like, my uncle has a boat. He gets a pension. He's retired. Yeah, dude. And they just look out for each other because it's an easy. It's just like if your dad is a carpenter, right? And then he teaches his son to be a carpenter. Well, I don't know much about other professions, son, but these carpenter, you can make about 180,000, 200,000. You can have a great life, son. You join the union and all. Because that's what they know. So that's what these people are. These are pension pigs. These are pension hogs. Okay. So they engage in fucking, like, they're just normal people. Okay. But they have mental issues. They have narcissistic personality disorder, uh, whatever. So they like having power. So what they can do, these people within law enforcement, they get together and they started something called gang stalking, right? Where in the beginning it was used for drug dealers, like hardcore, who I was talking about, criminals. Like, they're like, shit, like, we're cops, like, fuck, this guy's getting out of jail, he's murdered 2 people. There's 4 people that we can't book him on, that we know of, that are connected to his case. Like, he's a fucking animal. Like, all he does is like fucking sell kilos of coke and murder people. Like, I mean, this is a guaranteed, like, we're gonna fuck with them as what we can within the law, which is driving by him a million times, keying his car, blah 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 blah, because these are fucking pricks. Like, they kill people. We're allowed to key their car. We're allowed to break in and move things around. They fucking murder people and shit. Like, that's what this shit started out as. But the power hungry, the A-gaffs, these voyeur, narcissistic law enforcement people that really don't give a fuck about policing. They just, like I said, well, my uncle has a boat. Here's a sweet kickbacks from this. Like, it's easy for me to get in. I have people to talk to that can help me pass the test for the academy. And it's just like a spoiled brat. These are the problem in law enforcement. It's the spoiled brats that are just like grandfathered in, because they're fucking, that's who they are. They grew up rich, they're narcissists, but they're police and they're just untalented. They know without being a cop, they'd be working at McDonald's, they'd be working waiting tables and shit like that. So they're one step ahead of normal people. Like, you know, it's a criminal mentality. It's like a drug dealer. It's like a gang member. Oh, I'm better than the average person. It's a narcissistic thing. So what they do is people that piss off law enforcement get put on these lists, and third party contractor groups You know, that's how they keep their hands clean. All the camera work, all the vandalism, everything's done by third party contractor work. Now, this is where it gets interesting with the gang stalking program. So the one headlights, the red cars, the formations of vehicles, the things where people are driving past you and getting paid. This is sheriff association. This is a secret program, gift card program, and I believe that the sheriff association has. I've seen, and this doesn't prove my point, but I've worked at a gas station where a cop walked in and bought $200 worth of GameStop gift cards, different like $40 gift cards and shit like that. Like I've seen shit like that. So that's not confirmation bias, but I'm just saying I've seen that. Like, why would a fully uniformed on duty police officer be buying all those gift cards? You know what I'm saying? So the people, this is what I'm getting at. So when it comes to one headlight, when it comes to vehicular harassment, walking by and reporting someone on the app, you're a friend or family member of the sheriff, of a sheriff, and it's part of a program, a law enforcement program where they have a budget and they hand out. So it's not a lot of people can do that all the time. But I believe that's what I believe. That's hypothetically. Now, I've seen so much in my personal targeting to know that it is law enforcement. It might not be directly the city police. It might be by jurisdiction is something I believe too. Certain sheriffs, counties, are stricter than others. They harass you more. Some don't, like, oh well, we have a bunch of bad people here already. Like, we don't need to bother him. You'll kind of notice that in your fucking targeting. It'll be more passive. So we're gonna break it down. So the whole thing with my brother, I know, is involved with the police. Okay, he got out of jail early, 5 years early, because I was gonna help him when he got out, but like I was becoming impatient. I'm like, dude, I can't stand it here anymore. Like I can't wait for you any longer. And as soon as I said that, he got out of jail 5 years early. Like you can't make shit like this up. And then we had this dude, and I'll make a video on the guy Karananon, Ron Linick. He was a police informant from Kentucky who got busted and then became as soon as I got online, he started posting. Um, his name was Quran Anan. It was a white kid, and his name was Quran, like the Muslim Quran Anan, like QAnon, but Quran Anan. So implicating he's like a fucking jihadist, and he was trying to associate with the TI community, and I called him out, and he got pulled. And it's the same thing that's going to happen to AGAP. These police informants got pulled. She's either a cop or an informant, like something. Like I can just tell. I have intuition. And that Alex dude is just full of shit. The bare minimum, they're two grifters. I will not negotiate anything lower than that. They're two TikTok grifters, fucking just grifting. But I don't believe it. So thing with my brother, I'm not gonna go into details about that. The QAnon, Karananon shit. Um with Ron Linick, and I'll make a video about this. He had one set of charges because I looked up his name. He said his name. That's how anybody, if I know their name, is because they promote their own name. And that's just the internet. If you say your name, people are gonna look you up. Okay. I do not have any special powers to find out people's names. It's only from people that say it. They're dumb enough to say it. And a lot of these cops do that. I don't know why. But he had one set of charges for like marijuana, growing weed. You know, these are pretty serious charges in Kentucky, 2021. Growing weed, just, ounces of marijuana. So he had one mug shot, right? Then he did his duty. He got exposed. After that, that mug shot changed. That mug shot changed to a Freemasonic checkerboard Vans hoodie. Okay. So he had a normal mug shot, just him, whatever, right? White kid, blonde hair, blue eyes, skinny, pothead looking, gangly kid. Then the next, when his charges changed, like those charges removed, he was wearing the checkerboard Freemasonic hoodie. So I'll make a whole video about it. It's like a long, I can't really explain it, but he was working with the cops, dude. He's an informant. We had Will Orr, TII News. He was on probation. A lot of these people are on probation, parole. So it is a Department of Justice, law enforcement thing. And when it comes to at least the online YouTube stuff, but the people breaking into your house, the people doing the vandalism, these are drug addicts. These are criminals. These are like, I've seen these people, like illegal immigrants, people that could have been picked up on some charges, basically. Like, you're never going to see some rich white guy in a business suit key your car. Like, you're never going to see that in Gangstalking. You're never going to see a guy making $250,000 perping you, $250,000 a year. So mic check. Can anyone know? Let me know. Is my audio working? I don't see the feedback bar moving. I hope this isn't done in vain. Mic check. Mic check. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. But yeah, you know how the old man used to be like, "Get off my yard, you kids, get off." You motherfuckers need to get off my internet. So we're gonna explain. I might do a whole separate broadcast another day. Why I go after people on the YouTube platform and like what my justification is. And this is where me and absent-minded Abe align. I was actually gonna make a broadcast called "Abe Was Right." I used to think Abe was like a really smart, targeted individual like me. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm smart compared to regular people, like geniuses and things like that, but compared to the TI community, I would consider myself pretty smart, right? Um, at least on the topic, right? Like, or maybe because I'm the only real person or one of the very few real people, I'm the only person that can talk about this topic in depth because I have so much life experience about it. And just, I feel like when you're real, you have to become a detective. If you're not a detective and you're a targeted individual, you can't be real. Like, I don't care how smart or how dumb you are, like, you cannot be a real TI. Okay. So here's the deal, right? Gang stalking is definitely real. We know that for a fact. But oh yeah, what I was gonna go into my justification. Sorry about that. Justification. Okay. So put yourself in my shoes. I'm a real TI. Not only am I a real TI, I come on, I articulate it pretty well. Okay. Like, that doesn't mean I'm the greatest or anything like that, which technically I am, but I articulate it well. Okay. So that shows dedication and devotion. Like, I care about my listeners. I don't think you're stupid. Okay. That's what pisses me the fucking shit off, is that these people think you guys are stupid. They think this is TikTok. They think that the average YouTuber is fucking retarded, that we don't watch hours and hours of videos. Like, a YouTuber, like, I'm talking about you guys. Okay. You are smart. Okay. Because this person that's on YouTube is watching YouTube videos how to fix their car. So you watch videos that are 30 minutes long and you comprehend the video. You comprehend and you have a higher attention span than someone on TikTok. Okay. So you're not, I think you guys are like at least average. When I'm speaking, I think everyone's an average or even smarter than me. I don't think anyone is stupid. Now, I come on here and I talk shit because I'm frustrated in life, and this is how I fucking like don't hurt people, is I make fun of people online while I'm on here, not in real life, but online, and I just vent shit and stuff like that. But so you'll hear me like disparage people and shit, but I don't think you guys are stupid. Like, these people think the way a fake TI talks to you people, they think you're fucking stupid. They think you're fucking dumb, dude. Like, they literally that, and I can't fucking stand that, because even if someone's dumb, I treat them with respect. Okay. Like I don't try to trick you. I don't try to disrespect you. You know, you could be a hell of a lot dumber. We can still can be fucking cool and have a conversation, and I'm gonna talk to you like you were fucking even a genius. These people, these AGAFs, these fucking what's that fucking lady's name? Tay Lynch's, these fucking every TI talks to you like you're a fucking commodity that's gonna donate them money, like you're a brainwashed sheep. They treat you worse than the elites. The elites at least play tricks that are like elaborate tricks because they think you're like, oh shit, in case they're smart. Bro, these people come on talk about parasite cleanses, tarot readings, bro. Like we're talking about gang stalking. You're Googling gang stalking. You're Googling people being followed. You're Googling people getting hated on by the government or by groups of friends or by stalkers or by narcissists. These people are talking about parasite cleanses. They're talking about tarot cards, bro. Like they're doing this shit to get money. They're extracting money from you. Oh, if I get these people that are seeking answers for gang stalking and I throw out a tarot card deck, some of them are going to give me money because it's all about me. It's not about solving gang stalk. It's all about me. I'm good at reading tarot. I'm the chosen one. I'm the spiritual leader. They need my guidance for the ones that need it. Maybe not all of them, but it might be 10%, and they all can pay me for it too. I won't dare read a tarot card for free. I won't dare do that. I won't dare talk about gang stalking without throwing up a cash app. I won't dare be King Mansa and make up a story how his son has more money in his bank account because he needs fly sneakers. So you should donate to him because he doesn't have his money because his son needs the fly shoes. And these kids, boo, 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 boo. Bro, these people are fucking disgusting pieces of shit, dog. We're not comparing them to the worst of the worst of the world. We know what that is. But for them to treat you so stupidly and to just try to run game and then get caught and still do it, bro, they think you're fucking dumb. That's why I make these videos. Don't you understand it? This is for us. This is for us to get our fucking power back. You're a grifter. You're getting called out. If you're not a grifter, you can come online and do a live stream for an hour. Explain what you're doing. Explain yourself. Explain your personal story. Hey, I'm getting hate from Matrix Decoded. He's calling me a grifter. Yes, I am asking for money, but I really do need help. This, and that. Then I back off. When you do shit like that, I back off. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm an asshole. Like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh shit, like damn, like maybe I won't make fun of this guy. When you continue to come on, ignore what I say, ignore the facts, ignore the hundreds of people that seen the facts, and you come on and still grift, that's a level of disrespect that no human or man or woman should tolerate. It's just simple as day. You should not be tolerating that level of grifting and disrespect. Who are these people to even do? Are these rich, powerful, mega millionaires that are selling you a product? They're like, I don't care. I'm going to sell my product. No, these are regular people. They literally think they're superior than you if you're watching their videos. Like, they literally think, now I come on, I get it. I talk shit. I'm a fucking abrasive asshole as like a shtick, you know? When I get mad in real life and there's shitty people around me, I might talk shit. Like if it's like ignorant, mean spirited people, I do that as a self-defense mechanism to like they don't bully me basically. Where it's not a one-way street, so I'll talk shit on people like that, like dickheads and shit in real life. But overall, like I don't disrespect people in real life at all. Like, I'm one of the more respectful people you'll ever meet, period, pretty much, like at least the top percentage. Okay, so that's why I do shit like that, bro. It's because I am one of you. Like, you listen to my channel, like I know some of you listen to my channel like I'm some type of regular person, but like a guru in gang stalking, right? Like I'm regular, but like, oh, I have all this knowledge in gang stalking, right? Not that that makes me special. I'm just saying there's people that look at the channel like that. And I'm trying to tell you that I am not like that. I will fucking, I am level with you. That's why I call these people out. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll stop doing the videos. There's usually a gut instinct of me feeling guilt and I stop making videos. But when I'm right, and then I'm not right about everything, But when it comes to calling out these fucking perps, that's the criteria of what I'm calling out. People that are lying to you blatantly. Okay. Like, I'll give you an example. King Justice. King Justice has a way better platform. He has way more support. Okay. He's making way more money than me. Okay. His idea as far as making money off YouTube is better than mine. Okay. Do I think his targeting is like heavy and as real as he says it is? No. Okay. Have I poked fun of him before, called him a Freemason and things like that? Him and Newbury. Yeah, but even in Newbury too is another example. They're not the realest targets, but they come online and they show you, like, King Justice has been making some decent gang stalking videos talking about the church gang stalking. So he stepped away from it. He did his little sellout shit, but he actually comes back and says some real shit here and there. Okay, he's a real fucking person, dude. I don't think he's a complete. I don't think he's a perp like you other people. Like, I'll be honest, like King Justice. Yeah, I'm not buying that he's like, oh, a hard target, but I don't think he's as much as a perp because of his numbers. Oh, he has to be a perp. Nah, I don't think he's as much as a perp as an AGAF or a fucking Tay Lynch. Okay. Tay Lynch, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I should be going at her harder because I know she's involved and she's shown the symbols. She's involved in child human trafficking. Okay. That she got her platform, and this is all alleged, this is all for entertainment, satirical purposes, but this is an intuitive hunch. I think she got her platform from selling her kids, man. That's my intuitive vibe. Something with kids. Like, these people are pulling cards and they speak to spirits. I am the spirit. I am the police officer. I am the detective. I am the federal agent. I am everything you want to be as you're doing that, because, and people can clip that, right? That'd be funny to clip. But no, I'm saying in a metaphorical, like, I'm everything you're supposed to be as an FBI agent, because I'd be going after the real hardcore criminals. Like, that child trafficking shit would be fucking hammered to death if I was FBI, because I know what to look for. I was the one in on my old channel that was searching for items that were $666,000 on Amazon. Remember when they're talking about on Wayfair where people were being human trafficked? They'll have a desk named Angelica, and it'll be like a little girl's name, and it'll be like a regular book desk that's like worth $50 for 500,000. So obviously they sell you the desk, the $50 desk, but with that desk you get a child with it, and that's the whole thing. And I was fucking on live stream finding out. I was looking up like pillowcases worth fucking 900. Like, I was fucking literally finding out who's what. Okay. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But AGAF, she joins fucking PBSO, Palm Beach Sheriff Office, allegedly. And fucking, she's making $200,000 a year as a fucking sheriff officer or whatever the fuck. And then she pretends to be selling wooden beads on a bus. Like, shut the fuck up, dog. That's the type of inconsistency I'm calling out. Like, bro, you were a cop. You don't go from I'm married to a cop, we on a boat, partying on a yacht. These are all pictures that I can fucking show you. And this is a trick that these people do. They put their name out. You Google their name. You find pictures of them literally on the first page of Google Images. And they're like, oh, how did they find those pictures? It's like, he's doing some weird, he's like a perp or something. Bro, you put your name out. Just like if I were to say my name, every single subscriber on this fucking YouTube channel is going to Google my name and figure out where the fuck I live. And that is not being a creep. That's called, you're a public figure and you said your name. The reason why they would try to figure out who I was is because to figure out if I was a perp or not. There's a reason why people would search my name and look for pictures of me. They're like, does he look like a cop? Is he an ex-police officer? Is he this, and that? Bro, like, come on, bro. You can't justify, like, and again, this is for any law enforcement people watching. If you're doing an undercover operation, I have no intention of stopping an undercover operation in any, like, if you're busting a drug dealer, I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna troll you while you're busting this drug dealer. When you pretend to be a fucking targeted individual and you're behind the targeting, like I will disrupt operations 10 times out of 10. Like, bro, no, you're not allowed to break in my house, put cameras, watch me shower, then pretend to be a TI online. Like, oh, and you're getting donations when I'm being financially sabotaged. Bro, you're a cop, nigga. You're a fucking police officer. Go back to your police job where you make $100,000 a year in Florida. Stop living on a bus, pretend to be a TI. What operation are you serving, dog? You're just harassing people. Like, you're hurting people. You're human trafficking scum. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do, bitch. You're human trafficking scum when you pretend to be a TI and then you start doing weird shit to other TIs that you meet in real life. Like, I haven't met one TI in real life. I haven't gotten a phone number. I haven't gotten an email. I haven't gotten shit from a TI. Haven't asked for an email, phone number, anything. You don't need to do that shit. You don't need to meet with TIs. Okay. You don't need to lie about your story. You don't need to do a parasite cleanse and fucking ask for your son's school sneakers on the internet. See, like, this shit's fucking crazy, dude. So, this person allegedly was a cop in Florida, but is from Connecticut, but won't talk about Florida when she lived in Florida, though, because you were a cop there. So, that will never be said in your story. Your story is always going to go back to your legend, your perp legend, your cover story of, I was married to a cop. The only reason that that's part of her story is because that picture is online of her. Like, this is funny, dude. Like, nah, we're not doing that shit, bro. Selling parasite cleanses. Like, bro, what undercover operation are you doing as a cop selling parasite cleanses to moms online while pretending to be on a bus? Like, you're stealing money, you're grifting. Like, no, you're doing illegal shit, bitch. The fuck? That shit crazy, bro. So either way, she's screwed. She's gonna delete her channel. I'm telling you, this is how you know she's gonna delete her channel right now. Watch. That she's been exposed as a potential police officer, right? There has to be there's a gap in her cover story. Okay, even if you were a cop or you're living at a high-end lifestyle, let's just say that. Let's just say you weren't a cop, but you were married and you're living at a high-end lifestyle, and then now you're living on a bus selling jewelry and fucking parasite cleanses like two hippies. And the other dude is a fucking ex-army drill sergeant, so he's getting a pension, an army pension. So technically he doesn't need the money. Think about it. If he's living on a bus and he's getting $1,500, $2,000 a month, I mean, you're a drill sergeant. We can look up, we can actually, go to Chat GPT and check crunch the numbers here. But I mean, you're a drill sergeant, you're probably getting a pension about $3,000, $4,000 a month. Let's be real. So he's so destitute with $4,000 and no property bills, no rental payments, no car payments, that he needs your money. I'm telling you, dude. I'm on these people like white on rice, man. Your story doesn't add up, bro. I've been on here for 5 years. I've done like 3 testimonial stories. Yeah, to a person from the outside, it's gonna sound kind of like gibberish. If you want to be a play skeptic, yeah, it's gonna sound like gibberish because my story is unique. But it's a story. It's a full story of how the fucking targeting side. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, well, we don't know about your childhood crap. No, every TI testimony is always from when the targeting starts. It's not, well, 7 years before my targeting, I was actually twiddling my thumbs and fucking high rise in fucking New York City. I was pretty much the man. No, it's not like that. It's just bullshit, perp shit. These people have these huge gaps in their story. I was just partying on boats with rich Jewish women, sipping champagne with like Rothschild's women, married to a fucking state trooper making 400K a year. Now live on a fucking school bus. It's fucking made up. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, if that's actually true, that's awesome. I would wish I could live on a fucking, like, in an RV or something. Like, that's something I consider. There's nothing wrong with that if it's a real fucking story, but it's not real. It's so cartoonishly fucking fake. Because with the school bus, all you have to do is like you live on the school bus and then someone can just drive an RV full of amenities to you at any fucking time. Like at any time while you're living at school bus your park, there can be an independent person that just drives an RV that has a shower, that has food, that has a refrigerator full of food, and then they drive off when need be. Like they just pull up, pull off, and it's like a done fucking deal. And the operation's set like that. But just fucking horseshit, bro. But hey, if they really are TIs, it is fucking believable, I guess. But that's something, if you're doing that, that's on your own decision. Like you don't have to live like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know it's fake. Because if you're living like that, that's your decision, which is fine, right? But it's not like, oh, but we have to go online and fucking create a database of donations and fucking interact with the TI community. If so, there's something going on there, dude. This is intuition, spiritual detective, where like these people steal from me, dog. The intuition, the tarot cards, the spiritual, like all that shit is from listening to my channel for years, my old channels, and they crafted up these TikTok accounts and shit. I'm telling you, intuition wise, Agaf is connected to Abe. He sent her, okay. And I know these law enforcement be sending these people, bro. They send these people online. And these people will always say that, oh, there would never be. Why would cops go online? Like, that's what they always say. But every fucking person knows that to be fact. They know that these rappers that are murdering each other in Chicago, that are bragging online, these gangsters on the internet in Chicago that are catching 10, 15 by, and I'm just using the example because that's the most likely place in Jacksonville, wherever, that they put death emojis on people's like Twitter accounts after they kill them. Like, oh, we killed this guy. Oh, well, as soon as Jamal killed Tyrell in court, he put death emojis on his Twitter at August 12th, 2024 at 7:11 a.m. Yuck, 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 yuck. So that's a cop on the internet, right? That would be a police officer that's internet savvy, that's, monitoring the internet. So if we have those already, right? Why wouldn't there be at least a few that come on as targeted individuals? These people will always say that. I asked Chat GPT and it agreed that they would do that for specific reasons, not to perp anybody, but they would do that. Um, oh, they would never do that. They always say that there's no agents online when it comes to FBI police, but I'm the only person that's unmasking. I'm unmasking Chief Hammond. I'm unmasking undercover cops and perps, not because I disrupt undercover investigations. It's because these people are criminals. Like these are people basically, in my opinion, pretending to be cops. They may be working for law enforcement, but it's not an official capacity. They're doing nefarious acts. They have no end game goal except take money from poor people. Like, come the fuck on, scumbag. Oh, we're the police. We're running an operation where we take money from people. Yeah, that's called fucking robbery, isn't it? Oh, no, 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 no. It's an operation. It's an operation. Yeah. We post up online. We take people's money. Fucking Jew. Alex Gerritstein. These, and they keep threatening me with defamation lawsuits because that's why they use their real names, is so they can do defamation lawsuits. But everything is alleged. It is a satirical comedy channel, and you're public figures, two public figures. So that's like suing somebody for making jokes about you or some shit. You're not allowed to do that. That's what's happening here. The point of what's being said is to make jokes. See, here comes one of these fucking perp shows. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the Dulul, is as a what? Your adversary, the du. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm gonna make an Abe was right broadcast about these fucking spiritual people. But I think Abe, going back to what I was gonna say, that Abe was right. I think because he has insider information, he's a handler in the program. There's no way he can learn all this shit before me at such an advanced level without being in on it. Like the spirituality shit. Like I didn't know that was a thing. Like I used to make fun of it. I used to be like, you guys are like fake Christians, you're weirdos, you're like cult members. Nah, I know somebody in my personal life that's adopted this shit. And it's absolutely connected to the gang stalking, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But about to wrap this up. Been on here for an hour. But these gang stalking, I just want to go over that it is informants, it is criminals that are in the system, it is law enforcement doing this shit. Now, that doesn't mean that every single police officer, because this is where you get in trouble, knows what's going on because they're trained that you're a crazy person. From hearing what you say, the way you present it, you could be the realest Ti, but hearing because I did this in person. I spoke to the internal affairs and try to figure out what's going on, and then listening to myself say everything from A to Z of what's happening. I'm like, I don't, if a person hears you say this and they don't know you, they can fucking think you're crazy. Like that's what the police, regular police, are trained. Oh, you're one of those. Like they're trained in codes and procedures and shit. They're almost like robots when it comes to being on the clock and responding to citizens. Like the good ones are like robots and like fucking, you know what I'm saying? But there's something going on where police got together, maybe in the background, and they created this program or they abused this program. Okay. With other organized crime syndicates and military industrial complex people. So the people doing this, like some of the tactics, like the planes and the drones, like that's just not police. That's why I argue with Tragic Magic. When you have planes and black helicopters flying over you, it's just not police. But I also seen Rally Police had a helicopter with a directed energy fucking little tub on it. And I googled helicopter with directed energy weapon. It was the same exact thing. So it had it looked like a fucking missile on the side of a police helicopter with a laser reflector on the tip of it. And that's what I saw, man. I don't know what I'm not. I may be fucking wrong. I also saw, but this is in 2021, black helicopters spraying shit. Most likely coming from the National Guard base that was nearby, spraying some type of gas out the bottom of it. When I live in the seventh story of that apartment building, and then later someone filmed in Florida a black helicopter releasing mosquitoes in like 2023. So black helicopters do spray shit that is not crazy people talking. It's just your brain is stupid and you can't think and you did a. So this stuff is going on, man. Like at an event, we're not living in that normal society. Like in China, they have fucking vans that pick up criminals and fucking euthanize them and incinerate them in the van, bro. Like they kill people. They pick you up off the street, throw you in the back of a white van, strap you to a chair, and fucking lethal injection you. So if they're willing to do that in China, you don't think cops would follow people around, put cameras in people's houses, dude? Think again. That's all I gotta say. So we know who these perps are. I'm not letting up on you faggots. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, and I know at AGAF, I don't even think you're a cop. I think you're beyond that because my car got vandalized when I started calling you out. Like that's, you know, even with Abe, that type of shit hasn't happened to me. I've been calling out Abe, lampooning Abe for years, and no one ever put a black square sticker on my fucking back of my car. So To me, I don't know. That's not she probably got recruited by the FBI or something. I'll be honest with you. She was probably a police officer that got recruited by the FBI to hit the comedy scene to find drug rings within the comedy circles because she looks like a fucking person that does like tweak like or under dude, she's a fucking undercover FBI. She sucked her way up the Trump administration, PBSO, fucking covered up Epstein in 2017. I'm just getting downloads. They're called that's what these spiritual people the downloads from these parasite cleanses. Yo, this chick said, "Oh, she's like, you need it." She keeps saying parasite cleanse because she's caught, and I'm addressing her cover story, so she's not going to be like, "Dude, you're crazy." Like, I'm not a cop, blah 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 blah, because it makes her look more guilty. So she'll bring up parasite cleanses. I'm like, "Do you know what parasite cleanses for two leeches on the internet, not pretending not to be cops, asking for donations?" Like, bro. Do you have a parasite cleanse for two leeches on a bus? That was a good one. See, the whole comedy thing was to fucking because I'm the comedy TI. See, you dude, I pick up all this fucking shit, dude. These people are sick, man. Like one time I called the cops. Like I've only called the cops a couple times, but this was over a false alarm. They took like mad. They always used to fuck with me, at least in Raleigh. But they sent this one cop that was all like fucking looked like fucking Sandra Bullock and shit. Fucking just makeup, fucking to my house and shit. I'm like, all right, yeah, I don't need you. Like just a weird. They do weird shit like that. I'm trying to tell you, like, there's police officers that are sex perverts that are like watching citizens. We're not, and again, I hate to because it makes all the cops look bad because there's regular ones that are fucking cool people, dude. Like they're regular humans. Like we're not trying to associate, but there are ones that are fucking like infatuated with people of the public, and they're like, oh, like I can get the jump. Like, dude, it happens with men. They get caught with this all the time. Like male cops being weird with a woman or whatever. Like they see a hot chick, they like ask her out, whatever. Like that happens all the time. No, it also happens with female cops. And these people, that's what I'm talking about. There's a different breed of police officer where it's like spoiled brat. I'm joining the cops because my it's a family tradition. I'm not gonna fucking even think about working anywhere else. Like I'm not gonna do hair at a salon. I'm not doing those. I'm a cop. Like and they use their position of power to spy on people. Like and they have fucking it's called love intelligence. It's an actual term. So that's what they're doing. That's what I'm noticing in gang stalking. Okay. So these people are, I think, in the background, they could be cops, friends of police, but they're also involved in witchcraft, Christian spirituality witchcraft, witches' covens. Okay. Like the police uniform is just like they're fucking oh, that's what I mean, dude. That's what I'm trying to differentiate from a normal police officer and these people. The police uniform to them is like, yeah, like that's who I am. Like, yeah, I'm, I'm, I'm gaff. I'm a cop. Like my dad's a cop. My uncle's a cop. Like, yeah, they got nice boats. Like, yeah, of course I'm gonna grow up. Why wouldn't I? Why would I risk any other profession when I know I can make hundreds of thousands doing this? That's like their interest isn't law enforcement. It's just like being grandfathered in. Okay, so it's like they're going to work every day, and it's like a pastime. It's like, yeah, well, I was supposed to do this anyways. Like, I don't care about doing this job effectively. Like doing like whatever. It's like going to school. It's like being in school for them. It's the same mindset. There's this immature mindset. It's like being a cop because they're not very smart. They're just like, oh, I know a cop. Like my uncle's a cop. He has two boats, bro. I'm gonna be a cop too, bro. Yeah, bro. These cop bros, right? So it's like going to high school all over again when they go to work, right? They got their buddies. Okay. So like they're set that the job security is what's causing the problems in law enforcement. There's too much job security. Okay. These people don't, like, when they retire, they don't, some cops might open like a pizza shop or something, or like an investigation firm or something. They don't do that. "Oh, I'm just gonna eat my pension. I'm a cop. I'm gonna be a cop. I get money. Fuck you." They're like little spoiled brat teenagers. They're thugs. They're little amateur little, like, they're basically equivalent, without equivalent, to like a black teenage thug in a fucking cop uniform. So they're gonna abuse their power. Now you see this a lot with these black female cops in Atlanta and shit like that. Like, they're just hood. Like, this is the perfect example, bro. Is these black hood cops that you see in Atlanta, like females, not really the men, but the black female hood cops. They'll date drug dealers. Okay, they date drug dealer, big drug kingpins. They do that shit all the fucking time because it's like, oh, my daddy was a mason. I don't even want to be a cop like that. Shit, I'm just doing it for the money. Fuck that. Shit, this shit easy. That's who AGAF is, dude. That's the type of police officers I'm talking about. Like, that's who's doing gang stalking. Okay. The ones you see on the street, 8 times out of 10 are just fucking like some guy that's just a regular guy that's married. He's making 40, $50,000 a year. He's not even getting paid enough to do the shit that's happening to you, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. And that's who they want you to get shot up by, because these people that do this, they work in offices and shit. The people that do gang stalking, they work in offices and shit. Like, they don't give a fuck. They barely give a fuck about their fellow officers. You got bulletproof vests, don't you? Who cares if the TI hurts you? Fuck you, man. Do your job, asshole. They're pricks, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's who your enemy is. But yeah, I'm not coming online saying that the police aren't involved, but I'm telling you that there's TIs coming on. They point their phone at everything, and they want you to think that the police precinct is behind the black helicopters, the drones, and the lifelong surveillance. That no FBI, no military industrial complex, no nothing. It's just, you know, street cops writing tickets, and then when you're not looking, they hit you with directed energy. Shut the fuck up. Just stop talking. Just stop it. And that's the type of talking that turns cops that aren't in on gang stalking, that want to maybe help TIs, but they're not doing it because it jeopardizes their job. But in their hearts, they want to help you. And then they hear stupid people like King Mansa, Tragic Magic talk, make you think that a city cop is doing V2K. Bro, you sound crazy. They think you're a crazy person. They're not going to ever listen to what you say, bro. But like, bro, I work for the police. We don't have no V2K, nigga. The fuck? I am a cop, nigga. How you gonna tell me we doing remote neural monitoring, nigga? We can't even. We barely have new cars here over here. We still driving in Crown Vics, motherfucker. We the most underfunded police department in the whole damn city. We can't even keep a cop. Talking about we doing some V2K, nigga. What? What the fuck? You see, that's mixing the police and comedy. Now that fake Ash Gaff cover story, dude. I'm nailing her to a cross. Like, she's Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You started off as an undercover cop that was infiltrating the comedy scene. The downloads are coming in now. She started off as an undercover police officer that was going to infiltrate the comedy scene, find drug rings within the comedy scene in South Florida. Okay. Then she fucked up. Okay. She fucked up. So she got booted to the TI perps. I think when you're a cop and you become a TI perp, it's like a demotion. Like, they're literally just fucking trolling you by like, yeah, Ash, live on a yeah, do these readings. You're a spiritual cleanser now. Yo, all right, I'm gonna stop talking about her because she's a fucking little Karen. But I think my next I don't want to call them targets, but straight up, what's it called? My next I don't want to use the word target or victim. That makes me sound like such a perp. My next focus, I guess, is gonna be Tay Lynch. We're gonna start doing some readings. Like if you do readings, I'm gonna do readings, real fucking readings, ocular pat downs, judgments through experience, profiling, real readings. Tay Lynch, I think her platform is growing a little too fast for modern day internet. Okay, without any help. Okay, modern day internet, you cannot grow. I don't give a fuck if you're targeted or not. Without help, someone on the inside is helping you grow. That works for these companies. You have insider information on how to grow your channel. Okay. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, these perps do the same fucking routine as when you expose them. Oh, how do you find those pictures? Those public, very public pictures of me. How do you find them? How do you find? How did he use Google? They always play the Google game. They act like you have special powers because you know how to use Google. Google Images. Okay. But I'm wrapping this shit up, man. Get the fuck off my internet if you're gonna continuously lie. Like I don't know when I did. Was it like the 45-minute mark where I was explaining my process of like why I do this? Like, dude, I'm really being throttled, tortured, held back in life. Yeah, it might not be as bad as other TIs, but it's really fucking happening. Okay. There might be people that have it way worse than me. I acknowledge that. But my life would be better if this shit wasn't happening. Okay. Like I'm sitting here at my fucking parents' house for over a year because of this fucking shit. Before that, I had to rent a car for an entire year, spend like $20,000, watch all of my rental cars get keyed. You know what I'm saying? Like just put me in positions where I'm not able to fucking grow for many years. And it's fucking just not my fucking fault. I don't give a fuck what you got to say about it. It's just not. People intimidating me and all this shit, right? R- Real intimidation. And then these people come online asking for money, like fucking subversive awareness. There's no problem with asking for money. You're Candy Grand Prix. I don't care if Candy Grand Prix asks for money. She's homeless. That's how she gets by. She literally panhandles and asks for money. You guys are promoting a lifestyle to young, impressionable, targeted individuals that they need to go live on the lam and ask for money instead of working, bro. Like you guys are trying to get them to be easier as targets of unaliving by living out on the street and being homeless. Like, bro, how many TIs have promoted homelessness, bro? Like, I'm living at my parents' house for a fucking reason. I've said like I have a pet, so I'm not living out and I can't live in my car either. So that's just my standard. I'm not living in my car with my pet, bro. That's not good for the pet. Just like if I had a kid, I'm not gonna be living out in my car with my kid. I'm gonna set a standard like, all right, well, if I have nowhere to stay, I'm gonna have a network of places to stay and I'm gonna have a plan to get back on my feet. Like, come the fuck on, people. A lot of people go through this shit that aren't targeted. Okay. So when you're teaching young impressionable TIs, which these people are going through targeting, so their minds are fucked up. They're not mentally ill, but their minds are racked with stress, MK Ultra style, where they can't do flourish. Okay. Bare minimum, they can't flourish because of the stress. And you're telling them to go be homeless. Like, come on, man. That's a trick, man. You want them to be like Nathaniel. Nathaniel Seals has been homeless since the beginning of my targeting, bro. He was going from staying in houses, now he's just permanently homeless, and it's because he's targeted. And he's chosen by Yah, and we have these people. These people all want you to be homeless. These religious people, they want you to be homeless. That's their fucking. Oh, you're being workplace sabotage. You're being It's a normal person. Nothing's happening. Like they might be confused, saw some gang stalking. Then they hear someone online. You're being workplace sabotage. You need to go out and live on the lam. Like you guys are criminals, man. You're human traffickers. You see all these people missing. Like how many people are missing that were homeless? Like it has to be in the thousands. And that's what they want TIs to be homeless. Because when you get picked off, it'll be so much easier to pick you off than when you're at your parents' house with witnesses, or if you live in an apartment with neighbors. Like, come the fuck on, dude. I'm too smart for you. And you have police officers coming on here pretending to be targeted, trying to make you fucking homeless, bro. Trying to portray like, oh, the homeless life is good. You should try it. Police officers, the people that fucking handle homeless people, they're creating more homelessness. See, that's why I call these people out, man. You don't hear inconsistencies on this channel. You hear, some bad behaviors, things like that. You don't hear that crap here, man.